Heyo, it is 48 Sharks. Let me just make sure my door's shut. And it is. So, essentially, we are 4 subscribers away from 1,000. I mean, 4 subscribers away from 300 subscribers. That might not seem like a lot, but a lot of fucking YouTubers out here are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So, I mean, I'm 4 away, man. Like, let's get these subs going. I just need to hit 1,000 and get the monetization goal, and then it'll be great. Then I don't have to worry about hitting some goal, and I can just. Well, I mean, nothing would really change, but at least I would have hit the goal. So anyway, moving on. Being happy. Yeah. So this is a video just to kind of remind you guys about the 300 subscribers coming up. We're 4 away. And as kind of a tribute to that, like, I kind of want to ask you guys, what do you want me to do? Like, again, there's only not many, but I appreciate every single one of you. And, like, is there some kind of special I should do? Is there some kind of, like, interview with some people? Or, like, what's up? Or just keep doing my stuff? Because otherwise I'm just going to keep doing my stuff. But anyway, being happy, which this is all a part of. I'm doing my videos. I'm 48 Sharks, man. I began this journey. I want to say 2019, man. 2020. I don't remember. I mean, I could check, but like, I've been wanting to be a streamer and a content creator and somebody that just can get it began with being famous. Now essentially it's just I want to get the word out there to people about mental health awareness and happiness and like happiness, man. Happiness, it's a hot topic and a lot of people talk about it, and a lot of people act as if it's this unobtainable thing, or this magical mystical thing, or that you have to like Zen meditate on a mountain, or like Tony Robbins, whatever the fuck he says. Like it's all this like wazizi fairy dust. And what if, just what if, happiness isn't about increasing the things that makes you happy in life, but what if it's more so about reducing the things that make you suffer in life? What if you're already happy enough, but you're just suffering? So, I mean, you're at this level, but your suffering brings you down all the way to here. And it sucks. Because now, the happiness that would be, you're feeling average, a little bit lower, because you have that anchor, bringing you down with it. So once your lows aren't so low, you never have to fall as high. So if my rock bottom was here, and if now my rock bottom is only here, I only have to fall that far. And that's one epiphany that I've had through therapy, is again, like, once you get to a certain point, you just hit a certain level of like no return. Like, you learn a certain amount of stuff, self-awareness, emotional intelligence, boundaries, etc. Like, so many things. You learn all these tools and you implement them, and at some point it just clicks, and it makes so much sense, and there's no reason why you would ever turn back, ever. Like, there's no looking back now. Like, you already know this, and it's so effective. It's just launching you forward, and that's kind of been my recent journey. I've been working on myself the last 15 years. And when I was, so for the last year, I've been in therapy. Yeah. By the time it comes like 2 weeks, it'll have been a year. So I've been in therapy for almost a year, and I had never done therapy before because I've always gone to psychiatrists. And even though I like have the degree in psychology, you know, this was before that. And even though I still had an interest in it, it just never clicked. I thought psychologists and psychiatrists were almost interchangeable. And I didn't realize that one was essentially a brain scientist and the other one was a brain doctor. One, will tell you things about the brain and patterns, the other one will prescribe medicine for it. So I always thought that I would go to South County, and it's a free county ran place, and you would have 15 minutes to talk to a psychiatrist for medication management, and I took that as 15-minute therapy, and that wasn't, and it made sense why I felt so dismissed every time. And then there was a few more therapists that after that, I had to search through and find. I think I went through 3 or 4, maybe 5 before I found the one that I currently like, and it makes sense. Finding a therapist is you're finding a relationship. When you're looking for a girlfriend, when you're looking for friends, or a boyfriend, or when you're looking for a mentor, or just relationships, they're always really diverse, and that is definitely applicable for the relationship that you have with your therapist. And if there is none, then they're not your therapist, they're a therapist. You need to find the one that works for you, because the one that works for you will make you work for you. So yeah, just with all the therapy and whatnot, assimilating and reframing my perspectives, playing the why game, which is in one of these corners. I'm pointing to one of the right corners. One of these corners, I'm pretty sure it's this corner, is going to have a little video relating to the why game. And the why game will be explained in that video. But, all of this has kind of led, again, like I said, to that different level where there's no looking back now. And one of the main epiphanies I had was one of the things I said originally in the beginning of the video was like, what if it's not about adding more things that can make you happy? What if it's about reducing the suffering? What if your happiness is here, but again, like I was saying, your suffering brings you down, but then at a certain point, it anchors your happiness down. But if you just reduced your suffering, you would end up floating back up to the surface. And so that brings me to Epicurean's so the philosopher Epicurus had these rules essentially to cure suffering. And it was reduced down into the 4-part remedy. And essentially, don't fear God. So God is this unimaginable, unobtainable status of luxury and just status and, happiness and eternal youth and life and all of that. But also this giant judgment machine, this giant dictator of your life that sees everything that you do, whether, that affects you or not. So don't fear God. You're a human. You're literally only a human. So even if, there is a God to fear, why would a God think that a human would act any other way than a fucking human? The second one is don't worry about death. Because, and I love this quote, I've never heard this before, but according to D.S. Hutchinson, while you are alive, you don't have to deal with being dead. But when you're dead, you don't have to deal with it either, because you aren't there to deal with it. And Epicurus' own words in his letter to Menenius, death is nothing to us. Seeing that when we are, death is not come, and when death is come, we are not. Therefore, there is no afterlife. Death, says Epicurus, is the greatest anxiety of all, in length and intensity. Normally, we will experience something very intense but shortly, or something minorly but, for an extended period. Rarely is it both. So, but again, the chances of either resulting in death, if you're dead, nothing, it doesn't matter at that point. And, so it all comes back to that. And the third is, what is good is easy to get. This one took me a while to realize and understand and comprehend with my therapist, and for myself, again, because it's all inner work and self work. But realizing, I always say that I come from a point of like suffering, and I feel like I'm really good at it, but I have to reframe that, because it's not healthy to say that you're really good at suffering. It's healthier and much more efficient and productive to say that you're very resilient, you're very calloused, you are very able to endure life. So after a while, you end up appreciating. Well, I mean, some people might understand this, and if you don't, ask. But when you suffer just so much, and you feel so beat down, sometimes it just really humbles you. And when you start to see this positive side of things, you look at the little pretty cute little, beautiful bits of life, the little things. Wow, that brick building is a really nice color red. That's a peculiar shade of blue in the sky. And if you think about it, stay in the present moment right now. This is one of the things I'm saying, aside from Epicurus. Stay in the present moment, because 99% of the time, right now, the moment that you become aware of that moment and you are observing that moment, 99% of the time, you're going to be okay. You're not going to be dying. You're not going to be dead. Nothing's going to be happening that is so detrimental to your life that you're going to fucking lose it. There is, and I say 99% of the time, so that leaves only 1% of the rest of your life that you ever really truly have to worry about, and that's when you die. You can't get hung up and stuck on that, man. And then, last but not least, the fourth one. What is terrible is easy to endure. Here's another quote in this one. What is good is easy to get. And that, again, goes back to the pain and the suffering. We don't need all this luxury, and we don't need clout, and we don't need a flex. This is your turn, man. This is your turn. So why are you letting everybody else in the entire world, everybody's so fixated on getting followers and subscribers and getting clout and fame and having all these people listen to their opinions, and they want to be an influencer, and it's like, what is the point of that if you're not helping people? What is the point of that if you're not being genuine? You're just fucking adding to the mess and fucking making shit more sludgy, dude. I want people to come to my videos and either be helped, or at least have questions that have populated in your mind that you can ask, that we can have a conversation about, because that's the whole goal. We all rise together, or else we all fall apart. So yeah, like, subscribe, comment, share, ask questions. Let's comment, let's communicate. We're about to hit 300. Then the next goal is 500, which is only 200 away from that. Then we're halfway there to 1,000. And then once we're halfway there, we only have to do 500 more. That's it. 500 more, and then we hit 1,000. We are monetized. All the money I get, I'm going to start flipping into donations and doing cool stuff and interviews and giving out gift cards and whatnot. I'm going to try to interact with you guys. I just need you to interact with me. So again, comment, subscribe and all that, but mainly comment. Let's get the conversation going on mental health awareness, on emotional intelligence, education. Let's get the ball rolling. And thanks for watching.